Hi, I'm Olivia Higgins, and today we're here with Fullerton Fund Management. With me in our Moomoo Singapore office, we have Darren Tay, who is the head of Treasury Management. Now, you've seen him on our live webinars, but today he's here in the office to tell us about the newly upgraded Moomoo Cash Plus function. Now, before we go into that, Darren, tell us about yourself.
Oh, hi, the Moomoo fans out here. No, thanks for having me. And hi, Olivia. This is Darren from Fullerton Fund Management. I've been with the firm for 15 years already. I run the Treasury Management team that's involved in all the Cash Plus, Cash Fund related products. It's great, and thanks for all the support out there. Really appreciate on that part.
Great. Now, Darren, tell us about this new product. I know it's the first SGD T+0 money market fund in Singapore. What does Liquidity Fund T+0 mean?
Flexibility in terms of the arrangement for you to do same-day settlements in subscription and redemption. And at the same time, it also means that you are able to manage this in a very quick way. You are able to basically manage the strategy without having to go through the US dollar exposure. You don't have margin costs out there to manage. So it makes it very easy for the investors, I would say.
Now, Darren, what are you really investing into with the Fullerton SGD Liquidity Fund? I mean, we're talking about Moomoo Cash Plus, but we're also talking about, what are the risks involved for our investors out there?
For the SGD Liquidity Fund, we're investing into Singapore government bills and also fixed deposits and also cash. For the portfolio, it's less susceptible to price volatility because it's a very short-dated product. And of course, more importantly, it has government bills as an exposure, which is very low in terms of its tracking error and volatility in this case. And at the same time, maybe just show a bit of commonality to the SGD Cash Fund. It has no leverage, no credit exposure, and no FX exposure, and also no derivatives.
At all?
Yeah, at all.
Okay.
Yeah, at all. Yeah.
Right.
And I would say that that's very important. And of course, more importantly, we should also understand that for the SGD Liquidity Fund, there is also bank exposure that we need to be mindful of as an investors.
Always important for
That's
the investors
right.
watching.
Agree.
Now, Darren, you know about our SmartSave function, right? I mean, these are just tools that our investors use. So, a lot of our Singaporeans invest in the US stocks right now. Now, for example, I'm a US stock trader. Now, with this upgraded Cash Plus, what's in it for me? How can I upgrade myself, and what's a possible benefit of this?
Yeah, I heard about the SmartSave. I think that's cool. I think for the investors, I would say that they are able to redeem their Sing Dollar liquidity fund in a very quick way to fund their purchase on the US stocks. I think that'd be really fast. I think adding on to that, I would say that if you have the SGD Liquidity Fund, you're able to hold them in SGD, which is the local base currency.
Absolutely.
You don't have to be exposed to US dollar or any other foreign currencies. And given the fact that currently you do have very strong macroeconomic risks, geopolitical risks out here, and of course you can sleep well without all those currency fluctuations, I would say.
I think sleeping well is what we're concerned about. I think next year we also got the US going through different changes, like the elections, right? A lot of factors to consider.
Yeah, absolutely right. So I think maybe to keep in base currency, Sing Dollar is always great.
Now, within the context of uncertainty, and we're talking about the US Federal Reserve here, how can an investor practically use the Fullerton SGD Liquidity Fund to manage such an environment, and I think more importantly, to upgrade themselves going into 2024?
The SGD Liquidity Fund, it does has rationale, and it can be of very good relevance to the US Federal Reserve in terms of what's going to happen into 2024. The interest rate hike cycle, it is definitely coming to a bit of a pause. That means that the US interest rate is going to be slowing down, and there is also potential risk that the US dollar may just stay at current levels, if not weaker. Adding on to this, I would say that the US Federal Reserve, they may also have stress or so-called shocks in terms of its announcements. If that ever happens, guess what, Olivia? We're going to have a situation whereby the market just sort of dip pretty fast, and you have a T0 liquidity fund that you're able to get access to the market very quickly. And I thought that'd be a wonderful thing to do in terms of opportunistic trading.
Right. Thank you for highlighting that. I mean, you've been with the fund for how long now?
With the fund for about 15 years. I think that since inception. A long journey from a little baby, a toddler, and now it's a teenager, and it's still growing. And thanks for everyone's support on this also, I would say.
Thank you as well to our investors for supporting and being on board with us with Fullerton Fund Management. I think overall it's been such a great long-term partnership and we cannot wait for more shows. Now, thank you, Darren Tay, Head of Treasury Management, for being with us today.
Thanks for having me, Olivia. It was great to be here.
Yeah, we'll see you again soon in the Moomoo Singapore office. Now stay tuned, stay on this video because we have some important news just for you. How can you buy US stocks with SGD Liquidity Fund at any time without incurring the margin cost? Let's say you're a US stock trader but don't want to exchange your SGD to USD in advance. You'd rather wait for market opportunities and trade whenever you want. SmartSave automatically redeems insufficient funds from SGD Liquidity Fund, which usually takes 0 trading days. Upon receipt of proceeds, you can perform currency exchange to exchange SGD to USD and pay back the margin to avoid margin costs. As long as you complete the currency exchange within 2 trading days after you perform the US trades, you will not incur any margin costs because the US market settlement period is T+2 days. It's that straightforward. Do check it out. Happy holidays and wishing you an excellent 2024. Happy investing!